I've been living in Saudi for around 2 years now. We live in this safe and secure compound. We have access to facilities. We have a gym on the compound. We have a swimming pool. And we have this lovely garden that we can relax in on a weekend. We can have barbecues and get together with our friends and colleagues. Saudi also has lots of nice public parks. We have one right next to the compound here, which is another great place to go and chill out with friends.
Well, I come here to work on Riyadh Metro. It was the startup of this project, very exciting project, one of the biggest rail projects in the world. So opportunity to come and do something very different. I've been doing this sort of work now about 20 years, and this is probably the biggest project I've worked in that 20 years of this nature.
I think that one of the main reasons for meeting so many people is that you are here alone without family. So your friends, your new friends become your new family. So you get closer than you can imagine in another country. And at the end of the week you have a lot of activities with friends. My children attend as a minimum of 2 birthdays per week, what is crazy in another country of the world, I think. But we are happy in that sense, multicultural immersion in so many cultures, so many friends from everywhere. South America, USA, Europe is quite nice.
To build a circle of friends out here in Saudi Arabia, I started going to the embassy events, my local embassy, which is the Irish Embassy. Through going to the Irish Embassy, I realised there was a Gaelic football club out here in Saudi Arabia. I had a Gaelic football club back in my hometown in Northern Ireland. There's 60 people we have, and these are both mixed, both boys and girls out here. So through the Gaelic football club I've made lots of friends, and that means that every weekend I'm always busy either playing football, going to tournaments, different events in different compounds, and I'd be invited to even more embassy events now. We always like meeting up at the weekends, even to go for lunch or evening meals. The restaurants here in Saudi Arabia are really, really good. We like to go out to the desert and sometimes go quad biking and sometimes even horse riding.
There are a lot of good things about working and living in Saudi Arabia. From a career point, it will add a lot to my CV. I got a chance to work on some of the major infrastructure projects of recent times, opening a complete new world of opportunities for me.
Through being out here in Saudi Arabia for the last 18 months, I've actually been able to get a deposit for a house back home in Northern Ireland, which most of my friends at 26 wouldn't probably be able to do.
It's a very multicultural society. We get to work with lots of different nationalities from all over the world, and what's great is most of the meetings are conducted in English, so we have no problem conversing with them at all.
For me, it's about the security. This is a very safe country, a very quiet place. For the family particularly, the compounds we live in are like small villages.
What made me move to the region was I was getting a great opportunity from a global company called Faithful+Gould. The position they were offering me was better than the position I was on at home. The money was better, and I always wanted to travel. So by coming out to Saudi Arabia, it's allowed me to do everything I wanted to do. I have travelled all of the GCC. I'm now going to Istanbul and Thailand, and the list is just going to get even greater.
While I was studying back in the UK, I heard about the company, which made me look into it after graduation. And I found out that they have an office here in Saudi Arabia, which made me very excited because I'm originally from Saudi Arabia. I came back home, applied for the job as a junior architect, got it, and we started working on amazing projects in the region.
One of the major misconceptions about Saudi Arabia is that women doesn't work, doesn't study. I find every day working Arab women. A lot of Arab women study, as in Western countries, and I work every day. I attend meetings with Arab people, so it's absolutely feasible, and for me it's quite easy.
Well, some of the misconceptions about Saudi Arabia. First of all, that it's always hot. It's not. It's cold today. It was raining this morning. It happens. Things get green because of the water. Life here is not as bad as people would have you believe. We live in a very sheltered environment. We've got the compound. Everything we want's here. We've got bowling alleys, swimming pools, restaurants. Everything we want is on compound if you want it. If you want to do something different, well, we go out to the city and we ride bicycles at the weekend. There are all sorts of things to do here that you would do anywhere else, but you're in a protected environment, so it's not as threatening or as exposed as you might think it might be from what you read in the press or the internet.
We are very fun, for example, to go to the desert, to drive our cars or simply to walk through the desert, which is very beautiful here in Saudi Arabia. So if you are fond to those things, you are welcome to join us.
Well, one of the common misconceptions about Saudi is that it's sand and camels, but actually it's quite multicultural and cosmopolitan. On a Friday, which is our official day off from work, on occasions we will go out and you can literally eat your way around the world, Thai or Yemeni or Ethiopian or local cuisine. It's all very, very nice.
I've worked around most of Saudi. I've worked over in Jeddah, in Riyadh and Al Khobar, and it's a very safe and secure place to work. And it's still a really good economy. There's lots of exciting and iconic projects that you can get to work on, which look really, really good on your CV.
I'd recommend living in the region. I've really enjoyed my time here, and it's so obviously given me an opportunity to go to a number of other places like Bahrain, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Muscat, Oman, all the places which I probably wouldn't have gone to if I was still based in the UK. And even going further east, if I wanted to go to Thailand or Bali, there's the places you can jump off to, and this is a great central point to go to these places. And the weather's fantastic. I just love it.
Working so far in Atkins has been a great experience. I work alongside great individuals who are passionate about their job and what they do. My local office here ensures that we are always happy and satisfied. It has a very homey feel in a large corporate.
I would say don't trust Google. We are all part of Atkins family, and there will be always somebody who lived in Saudi Arabia, who worked in Saudi Arabia. So pick up the phone, call them and discuss it with them. When I was moving here, I spoke with a few colleagues who were already living in Saudi Arabia, and they worked. So what they told me about the lifestyle, the culture and the office environment, things like that, it helped a lot.